Hello, everyone, and welcome into this edition of the Weekly Warrior Preview. I'm Jerry Young, and taking Donette's place. Donette is out traveling on her, quote, real job this week. Coach Drew Powell, basketball coach at Thompson. Welcome in, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we got a lot going on. We're going to talk about lacrosse. We're going to talk about basketball, obviously. And we've got Shelby Family Chiropractic coming into the studio to do a live interview. We'll get to all that right after this on the Weekly Warrior Preview.
Dr. Stan Stubbs with Shelby Family Chiropractic in Pelham provides quality chiropractic care using the latest technology available. From sports injuries to natural aging, Dr. Stubbs offers K-laser treatment, trigger point dry needling, disc decompression, and other proven methods to get patients up and moving.
At Albritton and Artavino Family Dentistry, we know how valuable your time is. So if it's a crown you need, let us take care of it with our same-day crown service. We have the latest technology allowing us to build your custom crown right here in our office while you wait. Albritton and Artavino Family Dentistry is here to serve you.
Go Warriors!
If you need new upholstery, then you need Leave It to Weaver, residential, commercial, marine, automotive, and medical. If it can be covered, then Scott Weaver and his team can do it efficiently and affordably.
Warriors number one!
Motor Active is your number one source for buying quality pre-owned vehicles. Their extensive relationship with other dealers allows Motor Active to find the vehicle you're looking for without the hassle. They are dedicated to providing you with the ultimate automotive buying experience. The Warrior Express Texaco in Alabaster is a proud supporter of Thompson High School. Whether it's fuel, snacks, drinks, coffee, donuts, or pizza, the Warrior Express is the only stop you will need to make. We love the Warriors so much we named our store after them. Go Warriors! Welcome back in, everyone. Coach Drew Powell is with me. You know, I didn't know that you spelled it D-R-U. That's
D-R-U,
a little different.
Yeah, it's actually Daniel Drury Powell the fifth.
Really?
How about that? You want to guess my son's name?
Yeah.
He's the sixth.
How about that? That's pretty cool. That's some stuff you wouldn't find out anywhere except right here on Weekly Warrior Preview. Let's talk basketball, Coach. I know you wanted to go a little deeper in the playoffs this year, obviously. I mean, you know, we want to win it all. But you know, you had a great season, had some good kids. Just talk about the season in general.
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22 there. We had a really good year. You know, we finished 21-10, 21 wins with the schedule we played. I thought was very good. Obviously, it did not end the way that we had hoped. We got knocked out by Hoover in the first round of the area tournament, which is a team that we had beaten at their place, and they had beat us at our place. So it was a good game. You know, a top 10 matchup, and we just didn't quite have what it took at the end. But overall, really proud of our season, proud of the way that our guys competed.
Zach Littleton got a scholarship, I understand.
Yeah, Zach's a good player. You know, he's been leading scorer the last couple of years. He's battled some injuries. He's gone through the tough times of the program and stuck it out, and then he's reaped the rewards over the last couple of years. So, you know, it's no secret he's a really good shooter. It's tough for him to get shots off just based off our opponent's scouting reports. So we're looking forward to him. He's got an opportunity to play at MUW over in Mississippi, so he's looking forward to that opportunity, and we'll certainly miss him in our program.
Don't want to just single out him, but I want to just say he's got the purest shot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just fun to watch. He's the kind of guy, when he puts a shot up, it's like a 9 out of 10 chance it's going to go in just from the way he looks when he shoots.
He can shoot it. He can obviously shoot it. That's something our opponents know as well. You know, he shot in the mid-40s percentage-wise from three, which is really incredible, especially when you consider that everybody in the gym knew he was going to shoot it. You know, that's kind of what he does. And so he had a really good year for us. And, you know, like I said earlier, we're going to miss his shooting abilities for sure.
Let's talk about offense. Do you have a name? I know when I was in high school, my coach called it actually, it was called the Auburn Shuffle. I know he made it up, okay? But it was a lot of pick and rolls. You know, we played pick and roll back then, and you know, backdoor passes. You know, try to do the cut to the basket. What do you call your offense? Do you
it's actually we implemented the dribble drive this year, and we felt like with our personnel, you know, with our depth, our personnel, our style of play, both offensively and defensively, that would be a good fit for our guys. I think they enjoyed it. It allowed us to play a few more guys and play at a quicker pace, which I think is funner to watch. And obviously, I felt like we had a lot of success with it. So I think our guys enjoyed it, and it was fun to coach, and it was a good offense.
All right, talk about returners. I know, I said not long ago, the hardest thing about what I do, and I guess you do too, is having to say goodbye to the seniors.
Yeah.
I mean, every year you get to love these kids so hard, and it's just hard to let them go. But you got some good players returning. You lost some good guys as well.
Absolutely. We lost 6 seniors. We'll miss all those guys dearly. We mentioned Zach. Cheney Johnson is a guy that works harder than anybody in the school. He and Grant Hopkins are the 2 hardest workers that we've got in the program. So we'll miss Cheney, obviously. He was our leading scorer this year at 6'5" wing player. He'll have some opportunities to play after high school as well. Zach Littleton we talked about as well. Van Mahone is a player that came on tremendously and had a really good season for point guard, playing the point guard position for us this year. We'll miss him. Tyreek Howard's a really good defender. Darrell Russell, Trey Jones, both really good players that we'll miss. So we'll miss all those 6 seniors for sure. We're also excited about guys we've got coming back. Grant Hopkins, we mentioned earlier, is a good player, good guard for us. Jack Dorlick can shoot it, kind of like Zach.
Right.
So we're excited about him. Brad Lewis and Stephen Walker, 2 really good players that played a lot for us this year. And then J.B. Mitchell and Trey Roberson as well. So we're excited about, obviously we will miss those 6 guys for sure. We're very appreciative of the contributions that they made to our program over the last couple of years. But we're also excited about the guys that are coming up.
Let's talk shooting to change. I first got involved in that a little bit. I thought, well, it's still a local thing. But, man, it's taken off. It's statewide and then some. And just tell everybody what shooting to change is and why you started it and how it goes.
Absolutely. Shooting to Change is a statewide autism awareness event that my wife and I created 6 years ago now. It's hard to believe. After our son Parker was diagnosed with autism. So we were actually living and coaching at Spanish Fort at the time. And we went to Project Outreach director down there, which Project Outreach is a student-led organization that's in over 30 high schools now, or 30 schools now across our state, which basically takes typical students and blends them with their non-typical peers, developing meaningful relationships for both parties. And so we went to that organization. They thought it was a great idea, so we actually made it a statewide event. And so basically what we want to do is send out T-shirts to all the coaches that are willing to participate at no cost to them. And just basically our main goal is to raise autism awareness and acceptance through the platform that I'm fortunately blessed with, is being a high school basketball coach.
So you're not trying to raise money. Everybody wants to know, but really you're just trying to raise awareness, and how people can help in their day-to-day life of including.
Absolutely. It's a lot of people, fortunately for them, don't have to experience going to a restaurant and having your child maybe do something that's not typical or not normally accepted,
right.
And that's very challenging when you get those looks and those comments and, that type of action from different people. And a lot of times they just don't know, so part of our mission is to educate those about autism as well. It's the fastest growing developmental disorder in the U.S. that now affects 1 in 59 people in the United States. Boys are 4 times more likely than girls.
Wow.
And so when you look at a school like Thompson High School, it's got 2,100 students, give or take. When you break down 1 in 59, there's a lot of individuals with autism on our campus. And I just feel like it's very important to better understand, and accept those students.
Everywhere I go, and I just got a phone call this week. I had a friend of mine who from Montgomery and came to Alabaster and stopped for lunch and just drove through the campus, and I get texts all the time, wow. But unless you've been to a basketball game, it's really hard to explain our arena. I mean, it's the best in the state as far as high school, without a doubt. The rest of our facilities are not just athletic, but all over. But we're blessed to have what we've got, and I think the students at Thompson realize that too.
Absolutely. It's quite intimidating for some of our opponents when they come in. It's funny to see some of the looks that we get.
Yeah.
The students, players taking the cell phones out and filming, and some of the comments. So it is. It's certainly a home court advantage, and you're absolutely right. We're very, very fortunate to have facilities that we do have, and we're just very thankful for them.
Scoreboard in the middle of the ceiling like an arena really makes a lot of difference.
No doubt.
All right, Coach, we got to go to commercial break.
All
right, we're going to come back. We're going to talk lacrosse. We got other guys. Take us to commercial. Go ahead, see how you did.
We'll be right after. We'll be right back. We'll be back right after this.
I'll work on it. Shelby Fence Company is a local family-owned business serving Shelby County and surrounding areas since 1989. You can count on our team of highly experienced installers to give you quality products expert installation, and friendly customer service. For your next fence project, remember Shelby Fence Company in Alabaster.
What's up, guys? Y'all know who it is. Sanchez, your local celebrity. Hey, be sure to check out my book in all major stores and online. Go Warriors!
For quality pest control service from an experienced and reliable company, Mr. Bugs offers residential and commercial pest and termite control service. And we can even take care of your lawn. Mr. Bugs Pest Patrol, 205-663-1919.
All right, so I straightened him out during the break. All right, I'm going to give you one more chance before this show's over, okay? Hey, Donette talked to lacrosse, and lacrosse is a growing sport in every school across the nation, and Thompson's no different. We got our lacrosse team, so we're going to toss it to lacrosse. Here's Donette with that interview.
Coach Hardy joins us now, and you are the head coach for the lacrosse team, something new here at Thompson, but now it's a club sport, right?
Yes, it is a club sport. This is very new here at Thompson. We've been practicing 5 or 6 weeks now since kind of the beginning of January, and we're very excited about it. Dr. Vickers, Dr. Hester, the administration's got behind this. We got a significant grant to get a bunch of pads and sticks, and we're out here playing lacrosse now. We love it.
Lacrosse is a growing sport. We know that. In fact, we're looking at it becoming a sport in the state of Alabama for our high school teams. For those who don't know what the sport is or how it works, kind of walk us through it a little bit.
Well, we're in full pads, helmets, shoulder pads. We have our lacrosse sticks and a lacrosse ball that is solid rubber, and it certainly hurts if it gets you in the leg or somewhere that's not padded. But we run up and down the football field, the soccer-sized field, and it's kind of a hybrid between soccer and basketball as we work the ball down the field and throw it around, and then we try and shoot it on a goal. Typical lacrosse games are scored between 10 and 15 points, somewhere along in that. So it's very exciting. It's fast-paced. It's a physical game, so the boys really like it, and we're all excited about it.
For someone who hasn't played this sport before, because it's not what we have in our youth programs, how hard is it difficult to try out for this kind of theme? Like, if they know soccer or basketball, does that help? Or
yeah, it does. There's a lot of carryover between baseball actually because we're trying to catch it. We're throwing and catching. We just have a stick in our hand, but we have to have the good hand-eye coordination to be able to catch the ball as we move it down the field. Because if we take it and try and run it down the field, it's going to be so much like football, and you're going to get tackled. So we have to be able to move the ball around, and that crossover from baseball really helps out.
Tell me a little bit about your team. How many guys do you have, and what grade? What are we looking at with your team?
We got 24 guys out here, a fantastic group of athletes. We got some seniors that are excited about doing this for the first time, as well as we have quite a few freshmen too.
That's good. That's great.
That's very exciting. Yeah. As they learn and get more comfortable with the sport, being able to move into it next year, and be able to play it for 3 or 4 years.
Now your season has started. For those who want to watch your games, where can they find your schedule?
Right, we'll have our schedule. We'll post it up. Our first home game is March 3rd against Vestavia Hills. We play at Larry Simmons Stadium. We'll make sure that the schedule gets out. We've already played one game. We have a few more away games coming up. We've been playing against some established groups that have been playing lacrosse for 5 or 6 years. We've been playing for 5 or 6 weeks. So, it's our goal to get better every day and work through the progress. But we'll make sure that the schedule is available online and on our Facebook page as well, so you can come out and watch us play.
Well, I know on Facebook too, you guys have the Warrior Lacrosse Club, and I've seen the younger kids coming out and start. So this is something that's growing in Alabaster. I know you guys did a fantastic job going to the schools and promoting lacrosse. I know our son came home wanting to play it, so you guys are doing great there. We look forward to watching you guys this season. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
So we have 2 of our lacrosse players that are with us, and it's a new sport, and it's kind of bittersweet because you're a senior coming into a brand new sport here at Thompson. Now, Landon, we're familiar with you. We watched you during football season. How's the transition from football to lacrosse?
It's pretty different, but I mean, a lot of the fundamental rules kind of still apply, but it's still like you're holding a stick instead of a ball necessarily. So it's kind of a whole different thing, but a lot of the, just kind of some of the way like defense works almost feels a little bit similar.
Now, AJ, this is completely different for you. You came from the drum major for the band, which is that's a big thing to have that position, and now you come to this. So I know this has to be a little bit of a culture shock for you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we've got the same team aspect here, but it's a little different playing an instrument to whacking each other with sticks. But team's still there, so
the
that's a
team
good
is
part.
still there. Yeah, you still have that team spirit, school spirit. Now, I want to ask you guys a little bit. So this program is brand new and it's a club sport. What do you think is the draw to lacrosse?
Well, I think also part of it is like it's a kind of a brand new thing here, and it's kind of more of like the, I guess, kind of the excitement of the unknown. Because, I mean, like I've always heard of lacrosse, but I've never really seen or like known how it works. But like going out here, I mean, it's amazing. I'm loving every second of it, and I mean, it's just. I think that's just one part that got me was like
the unknown.
Yes, man. Yeah. It's like I've never heard. I mean, like I've heard of lacrosse, but I've never seen anybody play it. Why not? So
now, AJ, you gotta come closer. You're like getting out of the camera shot for me now. Come on. All right. So for someone who doesn't know what this sport is, never seen it, explain to them how the game's played.
So it's kind of like hockey, but on a field. So you've got 3 defensemen, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackers. So you've got the midfielders, which can go on both sides, and you throw the ball to each other, and you try to get it in the goal.
Same simple concept, get it in the goal.
Yeah.
That seems to be the thing for everything, hockey, football, well, basketball. So, yeah. Tell me this. So if we have young ones, you have the Warrior Club now in Alabaster. They're trying to promote the sport the best they can and get more people involved. What would you tell our young warriors who want to play the sport? What should they start practicing on?
I think really the best number one thing is throwing, catching, and cradling. So that's the one thing that I never realized with lacrosse is they're not just straight up running with it. Like you have to like have a motion when you're running or the ball just flies out. And like first day of practice, that was like a really quick lesson you had to learn. But once you get the hang of it, I mean, to me, it's just like pretty quick to pick up on.
What do you think is the one thing that they need to work on? You keep sliding away. I'm going to need you to get
Yes, ma'am. Well, catching and throwing is always a big thing.
Yeah.
Because you got to get the ball. But once you can catch and throw it and keep it in your thing with cradling, you're pretty set.
How deep is this like netting? Does it kind of go in?
Some of them are a little shallower. Like mine, I think is a little shallower because I'm on defense and it's more for hitting people with it.
Okay.
But he's on offense, so his goes a little bit deeper, so it'll stay in there a little better.
How big is the ball that's going in there? Like, what would you compare it to? Like a tennis ball, or?
Yes, just a thick tennis ball almost. I mean, like it's probably maybe even a little bit smaller than a tennis ball, but I mean it's probably about like that big.
We are teaching Alabaster about lacrosse right now, including myself. So your schedule's you start your home season. When do you start that?
Oh, that's like
It's in March.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like.
Is that against Vestavia?
It is against Vestavia. You play here at Larry Simmons. So we need everybody to watch your website, watch the school page, and come out and support you guys because we want this sport to become a sanctioned sport.
Yes,
and you're about to say something else. Go ahead.
I was going to say also our schedule's on the jbyla.com. It's the Greater Birmingham Youth Lacrosse Association.
Okay.
So if you just look up Thompson Varsity High School, our whole schedule's on there.
Oh, great. That's fantastic. Good to know. Thank you, Landon. Thank you, AJ. I'll let you guys get back to practice.
Thank you.
Well, it's a great interview, and you know, lacrosse is still a club sport. It's not sanctioned yet by the HSAA, but we understand that it obviously is on the way.
Right.
Lacrosse is a growing sport. I really don't understand it, and most people don't, but that's why you got to go and kind of learn the rules.
Absolutely. I bet those guys up there and girls that are playing, I bet they're learning it, Jerry.
That's right. All right, we had an interview coming up with Dr. Stanley Stubbs. He's a chiropractor, and he supports us here on the Weekly Warrior Preview. So when we come back from this commercial, we're going to play that interview,
All right,
okay?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, you ready?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Luke Camera, pastor of Shelby Church Communities. We gather here in the heart of Montevallo Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., and I invite you to join us. For more information, check us out online at myshelbychurch.com.
Blair Pharmacy in Weatherly is a locally owned, full-service pharmacy and your headquarters for official Thompson gear. From prescriptions to gifts, Kim and Daniel Blair are here to serve you.
Come see us for all your warrior gear.
Brooklear Pharmacy on Highway 119 is a full-service pharmacy that provides top-quality products and hometown service at competitive prices. The Brooklear family has been in business for more than 50 years and is proud to be a part of Alabaster.
Go Warriors!
Welcome back in, everyone. I'm with Dr. Stan Stubbs of Shelby Family Chiropractic. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us what you do. Obviously, you're a chiropractor, but how long you've been in business, that sort of thing.
Yep, been a chiropractic physician here in Shelby County actually for 24 years. Practiced in Alabaster for a long time, practiced in Helena for a little while, and now we're located in Pelham.
All right, and talk about, I want to get off into sports, obviously, because that's who's watching this show, but you know, doing things with chiropractic. I know a lot of athletes love going to the chiropractor.
Yes, sir.
Why do they do that, and what do you do?
Basically, when we look at chiropractic, we're working on basically the patient or the sports, the athlete's biomechanics, and looking at improving their biomechanics. Lots of good research as far as showing that there's a decreased risk of injury when chiropractic is involved in part of their training program.
So, not just after you have an injury, but there are things that you can do to help an athlete to prevent injury.
Absolutely. We do a lot of movement studies as well, so we basically take the athlete and actually look at how well they move and see if we can improve certain aspects of their performance.
Oh, wow. So it can actually not just prevent, but help them to achieve goals.
Absolutely. So we do a functional movement analysis on most of our athletes, or we can actually find that maybe they're having some knee pain, but it may be an actual hip problem or some certain muscle groups that maybe aren't working correctly. We can actually train them, prescribe some exercises for them to help them work at a higher level.
I see K-laser on here. What is that?
K-laser is one of the miracles that we have at our disposal now. K-laser is a treatment that we use that basically speeds up the healing process. Uses light, kind of infused into the treatment area, and actually increases cellular respiration. So it just kind of cranks things up a little bit and helps the patient or the sports athlete feel better quicker.
All right. I know some people say, well, I wouldn't go to a chiropractor. A lot of people say, I couldn't live without my chiropractor. You know, it seems to be two sides of that.
There is.
Somebody that's never been to a chiropractor, what would you tell them?
Come to the light side.
Okay, that's good.
Basically, you know, there's myths and everything. There's
right.
good and bad and everything. But, you know, we look at the body of how can we help it work as efficiently as it possibly can. Do we treat everything? Absolutely not.
Right.
But basically what we can do is come in and evaluate the patient and say, yes, you're a good candidate for what we do, or no, you need to go the medical route.
Okay, you know you're on the Weekly Warrior Preview, and this is obviously on Alabaster Living. Mm-hmm. Tell us why you chose to sponsor us, why you do community-based advertising.
Well, we love Alabaster. Like I said, I practiced here for a number of years. We've been very involved with the community, and I just think it's important to give back to the society that you work in.
Well, we appreciate it. Obviously, what you're seeing right now, what everybody's watching, we could not do this, folks, without people like him, so we appreciate it. Tell everybody where they can find you, your hours, when you're open, that sort of thing.
You can actually find us in Pelham now. We're at 2969 Pelham Parkway, located conveniently next to Waffle House on 31, just down from Home Depot. Our typical office hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 to 6, and Tuesdays from 7:30 to 12.
Okay, Dr. Stubbs, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we appreciate it. We'll
Pleasure.
be right back here on the Weekly Warrior Preview. want to thank Dr. Stan Stubbs as we do all of our sponsors. And Drew, you know this as well as anybody. You know, you got to have the business community behind you. We couldn't do what we do. You get a lot of benefits.
Absolutely.
Equipment, everything else.
No doubt. Very thankful for our sponsors and all our supporters, and those guys do make a difference. You know, our kids and our student athletes are blessed with a lot of different resources that a lot of schools are not. And those guys like Doc that make that happen. So we are very thankful.
All right, so we talked about lacrosse. Remember, it's coming up. We got baseball in full swing. I know they beat Mountain Brook the other day in extra innings. That was a big win for them. We got softball going on. We got some girls on that team that can go yard at any time. They're going to be fun to watch, and we'll have them on future shows as well. And this past weekend, Philip went down and he covered the fishing tournament at Lake Martin. He's got video of all those thousands of people and all those boats and everything else.
That'll be fun to watch.
That's going to be great fun to watch. So that's coming up. But before we go, I want you to touch on your basketball camp. I know it's a few months away, but just a little bit about what it is.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll have our summer camp in June. Those dates will be released shortly, but looking forward to a lot of young student athletes in Alabaster coming on out to camp. You know, typically we have good numbers, and we're looking for even bigger numbers now that our program is doing very well. So we're just excited to host those young guys and teach them about the game of basketball. And you know, we have two objectives for our camp. We want them to have fun and learn something. And if they can do that, we feel like our camp's been a success. So yeah, we'd like to invite anybody around in Alabaster in the area.
Ages?
We go kindergarten through 7th grade. So
kindergarten through one day or several days?
It'll be multiple days.
Multiple days.
It'll be in late June.
So, okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, Donette's in trouble. This guy's good.
I'm coming, Donette.
He's coming after you. It's been a great show. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to everyone that's joined us. Special thanks to you, folks. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you real soon right here on the Weekly Warrior Preview.